Hello, welcome to episode 89. Yeah, 89 of your Ultimate
89?
Comeback. It took me a minute, I had to remember. Excited to have you here with us. I'm your host, Brad, with my co-host, Raquel. How are you?
I'm good, Brad.
Good.
We always
good.
love our Fridays, don't we?
This is my favorite thing because it means my week is done.
It is, right?
Yes.
It's like the dotting the I, crossing the T.
Yes, done. So it's always a good thing when this rolls up.
Yep. I feel the
So
same.
today, last episode, we did a Q&A. We had so many great questions come in. We're going to continue that today.
Yep.
And the next episode, we're excited. We're going to have Stephanie from Loop back talking
Yes.
more about peptides with us.
Yes.
But let's jump in and roll some questions.
Okay. What is the one thing that you would change about how people train today?
I got to come up with one.
I know. Well, let's say you can say a few things about how people would train today.
I think the biggest thing that I would change with people is to help them understand and buy in that less is more. We're coming out of an era or a period of time of the grind, and the more you train, the better, the healthier you are, the better you look. And we've really come to learn that that is not the case, that less is more,
Right.
that your workouts are only as good as your ability to recover from them. And I typically see people under so much overall stress in life that the volume of training they're doing is damaging them, not helping them. One of the things I've learned with my older athletes is, with my athletes, for example, in the off season, I like them to train 4 days a week. As they've gotten older, like into the 40s, and they're still pro athletes, I have actually found coming down to 3 days a week is working a lot better for them and helping them maintain their level of
This is
performance.
off season, correct?
Off season, yeah.
Okay.
So there's an example of a lot of people tell me they got to train 6 days a week. I'm like, why? My pro athletes that are on the off season, that have masseuses and chefs and everything you can imagine taking care of them, 4 days a week is more than enough. But people just have that mindset of, I got to grind. I have to get after it. And it's really hard to get people to shuttle down and back off to experience the benefit of that.
Right.
But it's always such an amazing response when people are recovering well from the volume of exercise they're doing.
Yeah.
So how, like myself personally, when I'm not under a lot of stress, I train a lot more in the week. When I'm under a lot of stress, I train less during the week. And just understanding that overall physiological stress load is having an impact on your training.
And quantity matters.
And quantity matters. Yeah, quality and quantity. So I'd much rather people get a couple less great workouts in than more subpar workouts in.
Yes,
So
that makes sense.
yeah, that's probably the thing that I've seen create the biggest change in people is when they buy into that less is more idea.
Right. And it takes a long time because I was one of those persons that really felt like, more is more for sure.
Yeah. And typically people won't buy into it until they've
It's too late.
completely destroyed themselves. And like just nothing's working. They feel horrible. Like they just can't get going.
They're beat down.
Like they have no drive in life. They're super irritable. All they want to do is sleep. They're living on caffeine.
But there is a portion of the population, I should say, that are using it as kind of a numbing agent too.
Yeah.
So that's hard to work with.
Yes.
Don't you think?
100%. And I understand that. I went through that. That was one of my numbing agents when I was under having a really hard time in life. And I get that. And I respect that part of it. And so if I catch someone and I realize like, oh, this is a numbing agent to help survive what they're going through, I'm not going to have this conversation with them.
You give them a little more grace.
I'm going to give them a lot more grace. Because I'd rather them to be doing that than out drinking a bunch of alcohol. Like, there's so many other choices they could be making that would make things even harder.
Yeah.
So I do have a lot of respect and understanding of that scenario.
Okay, well, you kind of answered this one. A rest day is actually productive or wasted time. So we definitely know the answer to that.
I think they are the most, but a true rest day. Like, I think people, and I've talked about this in the past, like I think people need, I call it an ER recovery day, just one day a week where you just, no responsibility, you take naps, you sleep in, you limit the amount of caffeine you're drinking, you limit the amount of alcohol you drink that day, and just rest and do things that recharge you.
Yeah.
I know how hard that is. It's really hard for me with, schedule and kids and work, everything. But I find when I work those in, it's incredible.
Sure. You come back so much stronger and you feel great and you're excited to be there.
And I get more done in less time throughout the week because my brain's in a better place.
Right.
Even if it's a half a day of just nothingness.
Yeah. I even find on the days that you're hopefully you have a day that you're able to sleep and not wake to an alarm.
Yes.
Or not set it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of in a sync cycle now where I'm not even needing the alarm anyway, which is great. But just even knowing it's not on feels refreshing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it doesn't matter.
From what I've read, one of the greatest predictors of longevity are the people that can kind of go to bed at the same time every night and wake up at the same time every morning without the need of an alarm clock.
Right.
If you get in a situation where that's your lifestyle, that's a really great predictor of longevity.
Like it.
Yeah.
You've heard. We don't want to get in.
Yeah, I mean, I got clients that like to train super early. And
right.
I can't get.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. We've already talked about your sweet spot would be starting at 7 probably, right?
Would be waking at 7.
Oh, waking at 7, not starting at 7. Okay.
So that's typically what I find, like when I'm on vacation without an alarm, my body just naturally wakes up at 7 and I feel incredible.
Yeah.
So.
And you go to bed later or earlier than... Depends.
So like if I go to bed at 11, get up at 7 on the West Coast, Pacific Standard Time, that's my sweet spot.
Okay.
But I'm getting out of bed every morning at 5. I go to bed at 11.
Ooh,
it doesn't work out well.
Brutal.
So I force myself to go to bed earlier.
Yeah.
But my dream is to one day be in a position where I don't have to wake up to an alarm clock.
Yeah.
And I can get to that state. Because my energy when I'm on vacation is so much better than when I'm working.
Oh, that makes sense, right? I mean,
because I'm resting. I'm getting the full recharge. They call it chronotype. Like everyone kind of has their set window of best sleep time.
Right.
I just kind of found that's mine.
That's your sweet spot that you are going to get to someday.
Someday, yeah, working towards it.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, let's get to mindset and mental strength. How does one shift out of negative self-talk spiral?
Ooh, that's hard.
I agree.
Kind of falls into our challenge we've been doing.
I know. Which I have to admit, I've fallen off. But I still am catching myself when I start to want to talk negatively about myself.
Yeah, and I think that's the beautiful thing about it is when you catch it and can shift it.
Sure.
From my belief system, my understanding is you have to become aware of it, and you have to tell yourself what you want to believe. Like, I think gratitude plays a big role in that mind shift. I notice that's a really powerful. When I'm getting negative, if I just start focusing on grateful things, within a couple of days, I notice I'm way less negative if I do that. So I think that's a really easy one. It's just, okay, if you don't want to talk positive yourself, you don't buy into that, that's too woo-woo for you.
Yeah.
Just
be grateful.
Every day, be grateful. Like the last thing you do before you go to bed at night, what are 5 things you're grateful for? When you wake up in the morning, what are 3 to 5 things you're grateful for? And I think that has a really powerful mindset shift on negativity.
Yeah.
I do believe the positive self-talk has the biggest shift, but a lot of people think that's weird.
Well, I mean, which if you really break it down and you think about why is it not weird when you talk poorly about yourself?
Right.
Why isn't that weird?
Yeah, why is that okay?
Why is that okay? And everybody, I mean, I can't believe how many times I'll start to, you idiot. You know, I mean, it's really wild how we're so programmed to do that and think that that's okay. It's definitely having to do that mind shift thing. But I've been, once you told me about the gratitude journal, gosh, it's definitely been a couple of years by now, I bet. I keep that by my bedside, and most nights, not all, sometimes I'm tired and I just want to get in bed, but I'll do that. I'll write down 3 things and kind of, and they don't have to be anything crazy. Yeah.
It's been one of the greatest tools I've used in my CEOs that are like overwhelmed. You know, they have so much on their plate to improve their sleep. Yeah.
Because sleep is a wild thing. Yeah. We should talk about that a little bit. I have noticed that, you know, and I'm sure I've said that in here before, but I used to be such a great sleeper. And I'm not a good sleeper now, but I was an even better. I feel like I was an A++ sleeper before. Now I might be just an A because I could sleep anywhere, anytime. Didn't matter. If I was in the car going on an hour car, I could fall asleep, no problem. It's different now. And I feel like that's been since midlife for sure, menopause for sure. And I'm so ferociously protective of my sleep. My husband, oh God, you know, it's funny. I mean, the earplugs, the eye mask, having the house cool, the fan on my face, all the things. Oh my gosh, it's so many.
Yeah.
But it's important. So I am glad that I'm leaning into those things.
Yeah.
And I think some people try to just kind of shrug that off and, oh, I'll rest when I'm dead kind of thing.
Yeah. That's not going to end well.
No.
But, you know, sleep is like the one thing that's so critical.
Yeah.
I think it's the most powerful thing for health. I mean, because it has a positive or negative effect on pretty much everything. Your health, how you look, how your brain works, how your body performs.
Yeah.
But I will say that you made one comment in there like, I could fall asleep anywhere at any time. I put me in the car for an hour, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
You may have been cooked at that point.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. So now you probably need less sleep because you take better care of yourself. People that tend to fall asleep all the time, any chance they get, are usually cooked.
Yeah.
Their nervous system is fried. They're fatigued. They're having a lot of fatigue issues.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. What's the hardest mental hurdle you've ever had to overcome? Woo! I like it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I sure that question was for me. It wasn't for you.
Well, it's just general. I can answer it too if you'd like, but go ahead.
The hardest mental hurdle.
I know what I'll say.
Yeah, I think obviously going through my
divorce is not easy.
Yeah, going through my divorce, losing my business because of COVID, my dad dying, going through that track of time.
Sure.
Prior to that, I had a belief system of I could physically outwork everything. And so I pushed my body all the time. Like I knew no matter what it was, physically, I could handle it.
Right.
I think I was always a little scared of the mental side, like therapy and all that stuff. As a guy, it kind of seemed like a sign of weakness, thinking that I didn't need that. I think that was my biggest mental hurdle I had to overcome, was the realization of I had to be put in a place in life where nothing else was working, and I had to face that fear and actually go through the therapy, open up to that world.
Yes. And see how beneficial that truly is.
And see how beneficial it was, and realize, oh my gosh, this is the most powerful thing.
Yeah. Yes.
And it's funny with my kids, like I see them struggle with that same thought process. Like they don't, like, I guess it's just a scary thing.
Well, yeah. I definitely think that is very true, that a lot of people feel that way. I think part of it comes from, it could be how one is raised. Yeah. How they tend to think about that sort of thing. Yeah. I've always kind of been like, yes, the more please of that.
Yeah. I'm there now.
Yes,
now that I
But a lot of guys, I think, I'm going to make a gross generalization, but I think a lot of men feel the way that you used to.
Yeah.
It's
you're
not
kind of raised as.
Yeah. You got to be tough.
Be a man. Suck it up.
Right. Exactly.
Don't show weakness.
Sure.
Fight through it.
Exactly.
And so I think I just, for some, like my dad never put this on me. Yeah. My mom never put it on me because they've been very supportive when I, started looking more into that realm. So it was never like guys don't do that.
Right.
It was just something that was never talked about. And I think just like through sports and stuff like that, like be a man, suck it up, fight through it.
Right.
Don't cry.
Yep. Crying in baseball.
Yeah. I think that was kind of maybe where it all kind of sunk in. Yeah. And I see it like as I'm in like the world of like youth sports and stuff. I see it and I hear it. I'm like, holy shit! Like that's the worst thing to say to a kid. Right. But yeah, that would have been my greatest one. Yeah. And what's so funny is that when I started talking about that I did it, I got a lot of positive feedback from people. I remember Eric from Bold, him telling me like, you realize the strongest thing you can do as a man is what you're doing right now. I was like, whoa. Yeah. And he was right. Yeah.
I think there is, and I think a lot of women in our audience, let's weigh in. I think a lot of women find it incredibly sexy when a man is open to that stuff. Yeah. Hugely so.
I think it's made me better at being able to be in tougher conversations or uncomfortable situations. I can sit in it with someone now and realize like, oh, this isn't even about me. But hold the space if they want to share things or work through things. I think the prior me would like to start taking things personal. Yeah. Where now it's like I can sit in that space, I can hear it, I can listen. I realize, oh, my job isn't to go in and fix it. Yeah. I learned a lot of that stuff going through this process. And it's been really good for my relationship with my kids.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
You can lead by example also.
Yeah. And that's my son and I have that conversation a lot because he'll start picking up, like, I can tell something's wrong. What's wrong? No, I'm fine. I'm like, buddy, I can tell you're not fine. Yeah. He said, no, I'm fine. I'm like, it's all over your face. You're not fine. I said, and my one rule as a man in our household is if you are struggling, you got to talk about it. Yeah. Because if you don't talk about it, it's going to go deep inside of you and eat you alive. Yep. And then eyes will start welling up. I'm like, and if you're going to cry, that's allowed also. I said, you have seen me cry multiple times.
Sure.
You got to it is called letting that out. Yep. there's no shame in that. There's no like, I told him, one time he made the comment, he's like, I got to prove to everyone how tough I am. I'm like, dude, I saw you fight for your life in the ICU.
Yeah.
You didn't cry.
Yeah.
You had a smile on your face. Like you fought like a, you know what?
An MF.
An MF. And I said that to him. I said, so no one in this world has the right to say you're not strong.
Yeah.
Because you faced death with so much strength that was ridiculous. Yeah. I said, so you've proved it. Mm-hmm. You have nothing to prove. Yeah. And I mean, he needed to hear that, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Because if you get hit on the football field and it hurts and you cry a little bit, I don't give a rat's ass about that. Yeah. Because of what I've seen you go through and what I've seen you sustain and endure. Like that is nothing. Yeah. That is not, that does football, whatever, that doesn't make a man of anyone. Mm-hmm. Like you're more of a man at freaking 7 years old when you went through what you went through than most men at any point in their life. Yeah. I mean, that showed me a lot about him. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The whole process, that whole time, I remember one time he started to well up a little bit and he told me that he was scared. He's like, what's going to happen to me? Oh, that was, baby. Like, so I knew that he was scared.
Was this when he had the issues breathing, all that stuff?
Yeah, the horrible asthma. That they couldn't
figure it out.
Yeah, they couldn't figure it out. They couldn't resolve it. And he was in ICU for a number of days. And even the nurses, like the looks on their faces in periods of time was like, I asked one of them,
like, holy cow.
Yeah, I grabbed one of them, like, you be honest with me, is my son going to make it? And she was like, I don't know.
Oh, God, it's giving me the chills.
Yeah. It was so like he's a little badass. Yeah. So I can't have this world tell him that he's not a man because
look what you endured already.
Yeah, because he gets tackled in football, and that's always been my thing. Is like if someone ever says something to him, none of them have. Like that's gonna be my go-to. I'm like, don't fucking ever say that to my kid. Mm-hmm. You haven't seen what my kid's been through and what he's endured. This is nothing. Right. This means nothing. Mm-hmm. I said, so like, don't do that. Mm-hmm. But that's always kind of been my thing. Is like I watched you. How tough you are, quote unquote, if that's the thing you're worried about. Like you've already proved that to the world. Yeah. No matter what happens on the sport, anything, like you've proved that. Yeah. So it's really big with him is like, talk to me. Like I want him to grow up knowing like,
that's such a gift, Brad.
Yeah. We talk about it. We don't hold it in. Mm-hmm. Crying is not a bad thing.
Such a gift.
It's a normal emotion. Mm-hmm. And, and he's seen me cry multiple times going through stuff and I've never hid that from him.
That's good.
Yeah. So.
And you're still a man. How about that?
I'm at a point now, like, I don't even care. Like, if you don't think I'm a man, whatever. I don't care. Like, I know what I'm doing. I know who I am. I know how I'm living. I got nothing to prove, like, from a manhood standpoint. Sure. Which is a really nice place to be.
Yeah. I have to say, though, for me, if I had to answer that question, the hardest mental hurdle that I've had to overcome of late has been, you're not too old to be doing what you're doing. That has been mine. Yeah. And I'm still kind of working on that. Yeah. But, trying to teach the classes and do the things and the little voice saying, don't you think it's time for you to hang that up?
Yeah. One of my clients said something funny to me the other day. I thought was interesting is that there's this new guy in the area that does stretching. He's supposed to be really good, but he's really young. Okay. And so I was telling my client, like, hey, I heard about this person. You go there, go try him out. He's like, yeah, but he's so young. He goes, doesn't that worry you? I'm like, why? He's like, well, he doesn't really have much experience. Yeah. He's like, I believe in the people that have lots of experience that are older. That's the people I want to go listen to. And I'm like, well, I thought that was really interesting. Yeah. Because we start to believe like, oh, we're too old for this. Well,
I think we can divide that into subcategories, right? Our age may feel that way. And I say our age, even though you and I are not exactly the same age, but you know what I mean? Older. Above 40, let's say, may feel that way. Yeah. The younger crowd may not care. In fact, they're the ones that do want a 25-year-old or 24-year-old teacher, right? I think that they're different things.
They're not at a place where they need experience yet.
Yes.
The wheels aren't falling off. The unexplainable things aren't happening.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
But I mean, I think about how much I have shifted in my belief system around fitness and wellness, just to make that a big umbrella term, how much I've shifted my mindset in the last 4 years. Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah. A lot. Would you say the same for yourself?
100%, yeah.
Things that were important, I mean, I think we've probably always had kind of the rough outline that maybe has stayed the same. But I think now the things that are, no, that's even more. I'm going to put an asterisk by that one.
Yeah.
Do you think that same way?
Yeah, like my big shift has been I don't really care about so much how I look. I care about how I feel.
Hey, how do you get
energy.
there? How do you get there?
I don't know. It's just like that's where I've gotten is like.
Do you really not at all? I mean, if you see a roll around your middle, which we've never seen, folks, but if you did, would you really not care? I find that hard to believe. I'm not saying I think you're vain. I'm just you're just used to a certain level of fitness.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Ever since I've had shingles, what was that, 3 months ago?
Yeah.
I have probably worked out 3 times.
Really?
Since then.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it.
Okay.
This is the worst my body's looked in a long time, and I'm okay with it. I know, like.
So you're less about the visual. You're more about the longevity and the day-to-day feeling.
Like I want to have great energy
and be able to play with your kids. Play with your son.
Yeah, and one of the things what I'm noticing right now when I go try to do a workout, I'm just exhausts me. Like my body can't really handle it.
And you're
right
smart,
now.
and you say.
So I just kind of keep backing off, and I know I'll get to a place.
Yeah.
I'm 15 pounds lighter than I was 4 months ago.
Isn't that funny? So some people would go the other way, and you right.
So I've just gotten skinnier.
Yeah.
But like if I put 15 pounds of fat on, we wouldn't be having this like it wouldn't be this like, oh, you poor thing. Like it's just as my body starts to go, in a poor way, I get skinny.
Okay.
I mean, I graduated high school at 140 pounds.
Really?
Like I was skinny.
Okay.
So my body just starts kind of stripping off, and I just kind of get quote unquote skinny fat versus putting, I don't put weight on. Yeah. It's hard for me to put weight on. Mm-hmm. But like to be super skinny sucked. Like people don't grasp that. Like being told like, oh, you have nice legs for a girl because I was so skinny. Like there's a lot of negativity. Yeah. So it kills me. People are like, you're so lucky. I'm like, it's just a different experience.
Well, everybody, before we started recording, I told you about my friend that I ran into, and she was telling me, and she looks phenomenal. And you know who I'm talking about, and you would agree. And was telling me how when she was in a plank and she could see that her stomach had some skin. It's like, oh dear God, you had skin.
We get super hypercritical.
Everybody is so. It just confirmed, and I said this to her. It confirms to me how we look through this lens that's got Vaseline over it, really.
Yeah.
Or one that's just so hyper focused on one little thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's what I think is even worse is when you are someone that knows that. Like I know that. Really, I believe that I do that. But still, you're so in it, it's hard to pull back from that and sort of pan out.
Well, and what I typically see is the better someone starts to look, the more hypercritical they get of themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Do people getting ready for contests do the same thing, you think?
I don't know.
Not so much.
That'd be
You're
a
not
question
around.
for Jay. I've never really been in that world.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. But I would assume.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because you're being like you're putting yourself in front of a group of people that are going to pick you apart.
Right. That's
for how you look.
Yeah.
I think that would be really hard. It's probably why I've never been interested in it. Yeah. I think that would be really hard.
To have someone tell you.
Yeah, to work really hard to look a certain way.
Can you get those calves a little different?
Yeah, and then you get nitpicked. Like, no, sorry, I can't change those. Those aren't changing at all.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The next question.
Okay.
Does body image still affect you? Well, we're talking about that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
It affected me for a long time. Let me be super clear. Like the old me.
Yeah.
In this situation, I would be freaking out over how
meaning losing weight, the way you are.
Yeah, because that's always been my sign of things aren't going well.
Sure.
And I have a number on the scale that is my freak out point.
Oh,
it's the
here
opposite.
we go.
It's the opposite of everyone else's.
Here we go. So you should understand when all we women that are crazy and telling you, but my number has gone up.
Yeah, but there's a number when I reach where the old me would panic and freak out. And I'm there. I'm at that number.
But you're not freaking out.
I'm not freaking out. I'm not worried about it.
Good for you.
I'm not.
But see, what's great about that is your ultimate comeback, Brad, is going to happen.
But I don't care.
No, but I mean, things aren't always going to be like this, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but for me, my comeback isn't how my body looks.
No, but you're going to come back into a space where you are feeling your best.
I feel really good right now.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. Okay. I wasn't aware of that.
Here's what I'm trying to explain.
Okay.
When my calling card right now, or my scorecard is, how do I show up at football practice?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did not realize that.
And I'm kicking ass at football practice.
Right on.
Got my cleats on. I'm running around.
Okay, you're doing routes.
I'm in a good mood. I have great energy. I'm really positive with the kids.
Okay.
that's why I'm not like working out really hard, because the days that I've tried to work out and gone out to practice.
So you want to save some
I'm
in the
more
tank.
fatigued. I'm a little grumpy.
Oh, okay.
I quote unquote forget to put my cleats on, so I cannot go out and demonstrate. I start doing stupid shit that's affecting the kids.
Okay.
So no, I'm in a great place right now. It's just right now for me to be, and when what matters most to me being my great energy.
Yes.
I can't put a lot of energy into working out.
I misunderstood.
Yeah.
So I stand corrected.
Yeah.
And I think that's great because this is the season you're in.
Yes.
This is the season you're in.
This is the season I'm in. And these 22 boys, they do not give a rat's ass what my abs look like right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like they want me out there, engaged with them, playing with them, joking around with them, running around with them.
Okay. I stand corrected. I think that's awesome.
No. So that's I'm good with it.
Okay. But that's a huge thing to be able to say that you're not freaking out about the number.
Well, and I know that if I go back to my positive number, which is 15 pounds heavier than here,
you might not be able to do what you're doing.
I know I wouldn't be able to. I mean, shoot, I was grinding it out with Garrett when I got my shingles.
But that's such an extreme, is it not? Is there not like kind of a middle ground for you?
I was only working out 4 days a week with him for 45 minutes.
But his workouts are not easy. I've seen this guy work out.
Yeah, but it put me in a place to where it beat me up pretty good. So I got to be a little cautious with what I'm doing.
Sure.
If what's most important to me is my energy. If it was my body image, I wouldn't care about the energy, and I would be grinding out in the gym to force myself to look a certain way.
Sure.
But I know that doesn't change the experience of my life.
Yeah.
Like no one loves me anymore. No one's more attracted to me.
Yeah.
Like none of that's impacted.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah. So that's my headspace around how I take care of myself.
Right. Okay.
Is the energy that I can give and the situations that are most important to me to be able to give my energy to.
Okay.
So I'd rather be 15 pounds lighter and showing up how I'm showing up at practice every night versus being 15 pounds heavier and being an absolute a-hole out there because I'm so grumpy and irritable and tired.
I think I've seen that, Brad.
But you totally have.
Yeah.
It was right before I got shingles.
I was like, I don't know about this.
This guy's a jack off.
Well, there were a few times that you were a little testy.
Yeah. And that was right before I got shingles.
Interesting. Isn't it wild how the body just stops us dead in our tracks?
Yes.
You can't keep grinding at a certain pace.
Yeah.
Even all those haters that think that that's not true.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something has to give at some point.
100%.
Yeah. And I know to try and explain that to people, it's hard.
Yeah.
We have to kind of go through it, I think.
Yeah.
Before.
My body's been in such extreme different states.
Oh, yeah.
And what's so funny is what I've realized is no matter where I was physically, it really didn't have any impact on my life.
Yeah.
Whether I was 210 and a national level athlete, or whether I was 160 pounds.
What is where you like to be? 15 pounds more than you are now?
Yeah, so I'm 165, 170 right now.
Okay.
I like to be 185.
See, I think you look fantastic.
Yeah.
I know this is going to you're not going to believe me, but I don't ever notice a difference. You'll be like, I've lost 30 pounds.
It's because I was my shirt on. If you saw me at 185 versus 160, 175, 170.
All things being equal, if I lost that much or gained that much, you would be able to tell. I feel like.
And if I took my shirt off and you saw, you'd be like, holy fuck, are you okay?
Really?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it right now.
No, you don't have anything to compare it to.
I know the picture from the old podcast cover.
I look nothing like that right now.
How much was that?
I was 185 there.
Really?
That's me like physically like kind of in a peak state.
Okay.
That's
and that was working out how often?
I was working out 4 days a week.
Okay.
I was able to handle that volume of training.
Okay.
At that point, all I was doing was training clients. I didn't have the weight room going.
Yeah.
I didn't have
which is doing really well, kicking ass right now. By the way,
right now. Super excited. It's so much fun.
Yes, happy to report.
Yeah, my kids weren't
Shout
in
out
multiple
Amy
sports.
and Vanessa.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Yep, love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I love that you clarified that because I think I was thinking a totally different thing. Okay, lifestyle and nutrition is next.
Ooh.
What do your meals look like on high performance days? And that doesn't have to mean you. It could be what should one's meal look like?
Because there's numerous people that know the truth about how our meals are lately.
Yeah, we don't want the dino nuggets.
Yeah. So I think optimal nutrition for a high performance day is I like the meals before someone trains to not have carbohydrates in them.
Oh, okay.
And why I like that, it keeps blood sugar stable. Mm-hmm. It keeps you in more of a quote-unquote fat metabolism state, so you're burning fat for energy or fatty acids for energy, and your brain is in a good place. It's a higher dopamine, higher acetylcholine state, so it has more drive.
Okay.
if you notice when you eat carbohydrates, you get lazy, kind of lethargic, because that has an opposite effect on the brain. And so I like to be in that state leading up to training, and you can train harder that way. So that's how I like all the meals before people train. And then I like every meal after they train to have carbohydrates in them. Carbohydrates help bring the stress hormones down. They help calm the brain down. They replenish muscle glycogen. So they kick in the recovery response from the training. Where when you're in a no carb state, you're gonna have higher like adrenaline levels, more stress levels. Those are gonna be a little more optimized for the energy and the performance. And so then we want to almost like turn the brain on to train hard.
Okay. Yeah.
And then turn the brain off to recover after the workout. So that's how I like to do it.
Now, when you say workout, are you talking solely about strength training workouts?
Strength training workouts.
Or any workout?
High intensity workouts. Walking wouldn't count.
Okay.
I like to use walking.
So even
as
on the days that I
method.
just am teaching, would you still say, or not really?
Yeah, I would still follow that realm because it's a high energy output scenario.
But I still kind of do the just evening unless I weight train with you. It's kind of what I've been following.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know.
Yeah.
I
guess we'd have to determine, okay, what's a high performance day? I'm thinking like an athlete high performance day where they are grinding in their skill training, their physical training.
And I'm a NARP, as we just remember, non-athlete, regular person.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. You weren't, though.
No, I wasn't. So like obviously how I do things now is a lot different than how I did things then. But
do you know what I wish? I wish that there would be a way that one could find out, okay, for Raquel, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to eat every day. This is what you need to move, how you need to move. Just plug it in and it's going to be working.
Yeah.
I wish that were possible. But everything changes as we age and life happens and all the things, but it's not simple. That's the thing that's kind of crazy.
I mean, have you ever looked at the human metabolism and all the processes that happen within the human body and then all the external? Like, I don't think we'll ever have the answer because we're all so different.
Right.
There'll never be here's the answer for everyone. They all try to say that.
No, I don't mean for everyone. I'm going so far as to say individual. An individual. Yeah. I wish that there was a format, a way that we could plug in, here are the variables. And it spits out what you need. Because I'm someone that would follow that to a T if that were actually what would. And I think there's a lot of people that are that way. Yeah. But there's just so many questions, which is why we have so many of these questions come through. There's so many questions and variables. It's hard to know.
And it changes day to day.
Yes.
That's something I don't believe will ever be able to come up with something like that.
Which we should be wary when someone tries to say this is the way.
Yeah, I think we can find like commonalities amongst people. I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, because chemistry of the human body is so incredible, and the life, the world we live in has such an impact. There's so many internal, external factors triggering different things in our body all day long.
Right.
And we all respond differently to those. Right. Our hormone levels are all different.
Yes.
It's just crazy. Our muscle fiber type is all different. Our brain makeup is all different. Everyone's so different.
And our body's number one goal is to not look good. That's not what the body
is. The body's number one goal is to survive.
Right.
It does
Stay
not
alive.
care about how it looks.
Right.
If you really get...
Yeah.
And anyone who gets in that state of life or death situation, the last thing you think about, how do I look right now? When your life is on the line,
no, you're right.
You don't give a rat's ass how you look.
Yeah.
Everything in you is, how do I survive this?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Okay, how do I balance clean eating with real life? See, these are good. No wonder we had more to go.
We out of time yet?
I know. We're getting close.
How do I balance?
That's a great question.
Well,
it's like, it's finding, are you an 80-20 guy? Are you a cheat day guy? Are you a do the best you can guy? Are you an intuitive eating guy? Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm a what works for each person type of guy.
Okay.
I've learned this. If someone comes to me and wins my first cheat day before we've ever even started, it's probably not going to work out.
And what?
Wins my first cheat meal.
Oh, when is? I thought you said when.
The first question is, when's my first cheat meal?
First cheat meal. Probably not.
Things aren't going to probably work out because you're looking at food as good for me, bad for me.
Yeah.
And the good food is depriving me.
Yeah.
And the bad food is my enjoyment of life.
Right.
Probably not going to end very well.
Yeah.
There's probably not going to be a lot of results there. When someone says clean eating versus real living, Does that mean to say that eating clean isn't real living?
Well,
or is that the mindset of this is depriving? Because there's a lot of imagery around clean eating is depriving.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
It's really not. It's just that the crap food, they've done such a good job at affecting our brain and creating addiction around it.
Right.
That it's actually really not good for you in any means. And there's a massive addiction to it.
Sure.
And the scientists have just gotten really good at.
They put stuff in it to make it that way, right?
Yes, to make the really good stuff that's great for us feel depriving.
Yeah.
That's the sad part.
Right.
So, and what I found, if people can get to a point where they can spend enough time eating like the clean food, the food that's actually good for the human body.
Let's change that. The real foods, things that are not processed, things that can come out of the ground or the earth, right? That's what I would think. The less processed, the better.
Yeah.
So that's a real fruit, not the juice.
Yeah.
The real actual fruit. That's an egg. That's some meat. That's a real vegetable.
They're not scientifically altered to create our desire to want more.
Sure.
So it's not really like.
Have you gone through stages of eating different diets?
Have you tried? I went through stages of like trying them all out to see what they were like.
Did you ever do? I think we talked about this, but I don't remember what you said. Did you ever try veganism?
Yeah, I did. I tried vegetarian.
Oh, okay. Was that okay for you or not really?
Crushed me.
You probably got really skinny.
I couldn't even. It didn't even last long enough to be able to maintain it because my energy and how I felt was so poor on it.
Wow.
I didn't even make it a week.
Wow.
I mean, by the end of the week, I was having a hard time getting out of bed. And my body felt super heavy. My brain was just. I was having a lot of anxiety. So that one didn't work well for me.
Yeah, I did a 3-day juice cleanse one time for one day. That's all I could do. I was like, are you kidding? I want to choose something.
Yeah.
Certain people do well on that, though, right?
Yeah.
Different types.
How I've always dealt with that is if someone tells me, hey, I want to be a vegetarian. I'm like, okay, well, let's look at all the parameters around being a vegetarian. Make sure you implement it right. And let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And then they're either going to like it or not like it. And then it's not me saying, here's the answer for you. Because I don't think there's one right answer for people.
I agree.
But a lot of people have a lot of interest. They get bought off on, here's the new answer. This is so good for me. I want to do it. Like, okay, well, let's follow the parameters. Let's implement it. And let's just see, is it a good diet for you? And within 2 weeks, people will be in or out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Should we do one more, Brad?
Yes.
Okay.
Perfect timing.
Ooh, I like this. Gosh, so many good ones. How about how has your definition of healthy changed over time?
I used to think the definition of healthy was how someone looked.
Same.
And I used to think the leaner someone was, the healthier they were. I've learned that to be the biggest falsehood there might be in this industry.
Right. Because you can tweak that and not be healthy.
The quote unquote best I ever looked on the outside was the most unhealthy I'd ever been. I don't work with a lot of like bodybuilders, things like that, but if you've ever been around them, the last couple days before the show when they're their leanest, they're some of the worst people in the world to be around.
Yeah.
Brain's not working. They're irritable. They're angry. They don't feel great. So that's why I don't talk a lot about image. It's one of the biggest reasons why I sold my last gym, Stark, is when like Dr. Jason Amstutz and I were there, it was all about performance.
Right.
So there's a lot of pro athletes, a lot of very high performing people, and it was all about performance. And then it became about image. And that's when I was out.
Yeah.
And there's it's all about image.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, image doesn't equal super healthy. And there's a lot of tools and strategies you can do to make the outside of the body look freaky.
Way. Yeah.
But it does not mean that that's a healthy version of you.
Yeah.
I view health now as how do I show up in the world to the people that matter most to me?
Yeah.
And that was always the biggest question I would finish off every speaking engagement I had was, final thought. And I want you to take this home with you, even the people listening. When you get home at night to the people you love the most, are they getting the best of you or the rest of you?
Ooh, that's fantastic.
I know when I looked that way, I was exhausting all of myself in the gym.
Yeah.
I was doing these weird things with nutrition to manipulate how my body looked. when I got home at night, my little ones got me on the couch asleep.
Yeah, yeah.
There was
Resting your eyes.
Resting my eyes for the whole night.
Yeah.
There was nothing left for them.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've learned is that if that is the goal, is to give the people that love you the most the best experience of you, because it's usually going to be at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You got to do things to really manage your energy well and take great care of yourself so you have something left for them.
So true.
That's my scorecard every night from 6 to 8 p.m. I'm out on the football field with the boys. That's my scorecard.
That's awesome.
How am I showing up for them?
And the thing that's so cool about that is Gavin will remember that for his entire
100%.
life.
Yeah. And I know this window of time is very short. Yeah.
Poof.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so important to me. Right. So the healthiest version of me is showing up there with great energy and a great mood, excited to be there, having fun, and running around for 2 hours.
Yeah. And hopefully people will realize that if that's in place, the other probably will fall into place too.
Yeah.
Eventually. You know, I think the older we get, the more things like that become important.
Yes.
At 30, probably wouldn't have been.
Yeah. I think we all go through that process of, our 20s and 30s. It's all about how we look.
Yes.
It's,
Yeah.
We do a lot of facade things to present to the world what we think they want to see.
Yeah.
And ever since I've had kids, like, I just don't give a shit what the rest of the world thinks. All I care about is what do my kids think.
So
like, that's kind of they talk about like FU money, right? Like you get to a point you have so much money you don't even care anymore.
Right.
Like that was kind of like my FU to the world.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't care what you think
That's
about
great.
the car I drive. I don't care about anything. What do these two think of me? And
that's huge.
Yeah. What I've found is that by putting that as the core emphasis, my body probably looks just as good as it ever has.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I never notice a difference in you.
Yeah, because I'm not doing crazy things to manipulate. I'm just treating it really well.
So you're staying kind of within certain parameters anyway.
Yes,
you're not
because
going,
those parameters affect my energy.
Sure.
Now, my muscle mass will change according to my volume of training because like the period I'm in now, if I train too much, it affects my energy. So I'm backing off, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But if I'm not ashamed or afraid to take my shirt off anywhere. I'm still like...
He's sitting here with his shirt off right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, no. You can tell by my farmer stand.
Ooh, that is good. That's good.
But that's been the most interesting fact for me was that when I stopped trying to put all the emphasis on how the outside looked and just put the emphasis on what do I need to do to show up with great energy at the end of the day, that's when everything kind of like settled in and just kind of holds.
Yeah.
And when my weight shifts, it doesn't. I don't look drastically different. I mean, if you see a picture, like I said, if you saw a picture of me when I was training with Garrett, and you picture me now, you'd be like, oh shit, you changed a lot.
Okay. But I mean,
if you have never seen me before, you would see me and be like, oh, you're super fit, you work out a lot. But it's because of all the tools that I try to use as much as I can. And I know like if I slept more, if I had more time to myself,
right,
it would create more energy to train more, then I would look better. But I don't have that luxury right now. I can't just cut out a bunch of clients so I can sleep more.
But you have your priorities right now. Yeah. You have your priorities.
Yeah, and things that I'm working on and, kind of goals that I'm trying to hit. And they just require
a different emphasis.
Energy versus going in and lifting weights multiple times a week.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Bravo.
Wrap up there?
Yeah, I think that was great.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Keep the questions coming. I love these.
I like the Q&A days.
I do
Those
too.
are fun.
I do too.
Because I don't have to spend time preparing for it because I don't know what's coming. That's what I love about it. So it's just kind of off the cuff. Yeah.
Boom. That's improv.
But next week we're going to have Stephanie with us from Loop. We're going to explore a little deeper dive into peptides. We're both super big into that. And that is one of the biggest contributors to my energy.
We should see if anybody has questions about that as well.
If you have,
ahead of time.
Yeah, if you have questions on peptides.
If you want us to touch on for next week.
Yeah, DM those to us. Yeah. Try to get it to us before Friday, August 1st at noon, because we will record that afternoon with Stephanie and dive into peptides.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you.